Hello craft YouTubers, it's the Cranky Crafter here. My name is Sarah and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and welcome to my channel. Now I'm coming on today because yesterday I made a couple of cards with all my new pre-order lovely goodies that came out, and I got them, and I made a couple of cards and I put them onto Facebook and everybody really liked them, so I thought I would come on and do them for you today. And but I'm gonna do them slightly different than I did before. Here are the two cards that I made, and this is using the Colour Me Autumn. No, it's not. It's called Painted Autumn. And the stamp set's, that's Painted Autumn Suite, but the stamp set is called Painted Harvest, and it's designed to look like a watercolory effect, which I think you can agree they kind of achieved with the stamps. They absolutely look gorgeous. With this one, I've popped it up, the sentiment, and I popped it up, and I've done some I used the leaf punch and punched some leaves there, one there, on there. I've also put in a piece of twine underneath there as well with the leaves, and then put a little wooden heart on there. These you can't get anymore, I'm sorry, but I thought they went perfect because they've got like little leafy designs on top of them, and you know, with the wood effect being autumn. So I'm going to make something kind of similar today, but I'm going to make it slightly a little bit easier for you guys and then this and myself, to be honest, because I had my tooth pulled out this morning, so I'm a little bit fragile, so the easier the better, I think, but they're still going to look great. Now this is the stamp set that we're using, and it will be available on the 1st of September when you know, out, because it is in the new autumn winter catalogue. But I thought I would get a head start and make up a few tutorials for you, so that they're there ready for you when you want to do you know, your ordering. If you want to copy you can copy my cards to the T if you want to. I do not mind. I make videos for that purpose, to make it easy for you guys. So if I make a card and it's similar to other people's as well, because you know, I don't tend to try and copy other people, because you know, I'm a demonstrator. I like to mix it up a little bit, but you know, my designs you might find similar somewhere else. I don't go looking for YouTube videos. I try to create my own. So but you are more than welcome to copy my designs. I don't mind. So this here is the Painted Harvest stamp set. I did show all these on the haul video, which is the one before this, if you want to go and have a look of all the goodies I got. So we're going to be using this stamp set, and I don't want to really waffle along for long, so enough with that. Now I've prepared my bases like I always do. An A4 piece of card cut at 1 1/8 and then scored. Oh, that's a point. I need to cut mine down. I like to cut mine down to 11.5, just because then it's in line with, you know, the envelopes. So I like to cut them down to 11.5, and it is just literally cutting a smidgen off the end, and that way it's easier for you to find a score mark, instead of, like, you know, trying to work out, well, what's half of whatever, however long your card is. So I cut my cards down to 11.5, and then I score at 5 3/4, which is what we're going to do now. Having difficulty getting everything out. My husband has actually done my camera for me, so no more wobbly cameras, yay! So now you can score at 5 3/4, which is this one here. So score it at 5 3/4. I'll do the other one while I'm here. I might not get round to doing. Oh, that's 6 3/4. No, be careful, Sarah. Look what you're doing. Look what. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. 5 3/4 is that one there. So I am in love. This is my new favourite stamp set. I have to say, it's my new favourite sweet. I just love it. So you will need your card bases. Then you will need. I'm using Early Espresso cards, or because Early Espresso goes with the painted harvest sweet, painted autumn sweet. Sorry. Oh, I'm getting mixed up with my painteds, aren't I? So you'll need one for each card. You'll need one of these, and they are. I cut these at 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. There you go. 3 7/8 by 5 and what did I say? 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. That's it. And then you will need a piece of Very Vanilla, which measures 3 3/4 by 5 3/8. Yep, 5 3/8. So it fits nicely on there like that, and you have a lovely little border all the way around. You see? But we're going to put these aside. We're going to, first of all, we're going to stick this onto our base. So you use your adhesive of your choice. I'm still running at using these because I did buy quite a lot of them. So I want to use them up. So use the adhesive of your choice. Stampin' Up! Do tape runners. If you would like to get some, you can order them in my store too. Oh, these seem a little long. For some reason, don't know why, but I did check the measurements. So let me just, oops. I don't know where our summer's gone. It seems to have disappeared. I do feel for all those parents with their children on their holidays and the weather's not very nice. Just going to take a sip of my coffee, folks. Sorry. As I said, I had my tooth pulled out today, so I'm a little bit fragile. Right, now what we're going to do, it's a little bit dirty, so I'll turn it over. That's why there's two sides to card, and you can, if you make a mistake, you can use the other side. So what I'm going to do is, now on the other cards, I had a strip that went across, and you can do this if you want to, but I had a strip that I popped up that went across. I'm not actually going to do that this time. I'm going to use some washi as a mask, and this is roughly about the same size as this piece here. So I'm going to do my masking technique, and what I'm going to do is going to get the card, and I'm going to, not on that piece, where was my spare piece? There we go. Going to get this, get it all nice and straight, so that when I put the right, what you do with your washi is you pull your washi off and de-tack it a little bit. I don't want that piece. That wasn't very good, was it? Oh, this is not working, folks. Don't know what's going on here, but it doesn't seem to be and I need it to be in one piece. There we go. So I'm going to pull that off. Now I needed to detack it a little bit because this is a bit too sticky. So what I'm going to do, what I mean by detack it, because no, sticking to me. Right, it just rub it along your clothes like this. Stick it on your clothes, pull it off, stick it on your clothes again, just so that when you know, you're not literally ripping it off when you, because you don't want to rip your paper. And then wherever you want your sentiment to be on your placement, on this one I've come down a little bit, and on the other one I've gone up, so it's just above the center. So it's up to you where you choose to have your placement. I'm going to pop mine down here, and having the lines really helps. So that's stuck that down. And now Sarah, why haven't you even got your stamps prepared? Normally I do. Normally I have them all on my blocks, but today, you know, no, I haven't done it. So I'm a ninny nana. Ooh, I'm stretching like that. Where's my little diddy one? Do I need my little block? There you go. And there's my little one. Right. Now then, stamps. First of all, we're going to use this this one here. And that is the first one you use. This one goes on top, and then here you can use this as your middle, and then there's some little dots there. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to oh dear me, just pop that on your block of choice. I'm going to use Peekaboo Peach for the bottom legs. That's what I used before, so that's what I'm gonna choose to do. And I'm only going to do the one so that you and I'm not taking all day. So ink it up, give it a good ink up, and then just randomly stamp on your card. Oops. Like so. And I want this one here to go right across the two like that, just so it gives a definite break in your pattern. Let's go there like that. Right, so that's finished, but don't pull it up yet because we need to do the rest of it. So you've finished with your first colour of choice, which mine was Peekaboo Peach. Then I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie, which is the same colour I used before, and my favourite orange. So take that one off your block, and then we're going to use the other big one. Now Stampin' Up do this, so it's quite easy to see where you can join on. There is a long piece here, and there's also, if you look at that one, there's a long piece sort of there. So they do that so you can kind of match them up. But you know what? It doesn't really matter, because on something like this, where you know you might not even see it, I can see it there, you can see it there, and you can see it there, but you might not even see it. It doesn't matter, because yesterday I couldn't see it, and it still turned out lovely. So don't panic, because you know it's handmade, and we don't want perfect, do we, when we do handmade? Because if they want perfect, then they can go and buy a card in the store. That, what's that? There we go. It's that way. She says being fussy. Well, don't be fussy, because you don't need to be fussy. Just, you know, have a go. Have a go. That one. Like so. And this one I have no idea. So just go with it. And there you go. It still looks rather pretty, doesn't it? Even when you just go for it. So, you know, give it a go. Now we're going to use the leaves. Yesterday I used garden green. Today I think I'm going to change it. And I'm going to use my favourite green, which is the old olive. And I like old olive. I think it's a little bit more subtle with the colours I've used. Then the garden green's quite a bold green. So I think I'm going to use old olive. Use a smaller bottle. Always make sure when you're doing stamping, as best as you can, to use the right size blocks, because it does make a difference. And now we're just going to stamp in some leaves randomly, like so. Put one in there. Doesn't matter if you go over your flowers. I think that one might have just skipped a bit. Oh no, it's fine. Always looks nice with a bit of green on. I think that'll do. And then what we're going to do, we're going to come back and we're going to re-stamp it over the top of that in a minute with the because these stamps in this set are two-step stamping. So now we're going to put in all the little lines and everything, and you can use, even though I've used the full ink colour, I didn't, what by full I mean straight to ink to page. A lot of people don't realise that when you ink and you stamp off and do it, you can still do the same effect. I'll show you now, and you do see it, because ink on ink makes it darker anyway, even if it is the same colour. So you don't have to use the stamp off method. There you go, see, and I think it's a much nicer effect. I will do a close-up in a minute for you, so you can see what I'm saying. You know, you'll see some stampers who think that they have to stamp up off. Missed that a little bit, but never mind. Because I'm talking and got my head in the wrong place and all sorts. A lot of stampers think that you have to take some ink off so that when you stamp the... I'm missing a lot now because I'm trying to multitask. I'm not very good at it. I let women down. Feel that they have to, you know, stamp a little bit of ink off so that the dark part of it when you stamp on top will show, but you don't actually need to. There you go, because as you can see, you can still see that is ink on top of them. Look, that's where I missed a little bit there. Not in line. Whoops. There you go. So all we need to do now is to do the middles of our flowers. And yesterday I used early espresso, but I thought that was a little bit too dark, so I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to use actually I'm going to use a little bit of Pear Pizzazz, but this time Old Olive, but this time I think I am going to stamp off. So I'm going to use green, and I'm going to stamp off and in the middle, like so. Stamp off in the middle, stamp off in the middle. I think I missed that one, yes, but the good thing about this is you can go back so. This effect is like hides all your mistakes. That's why I love it, because I make lots of mistakes, and all my new subbies, you will see that as I go along, and I am a great one for making mistakes and then showing you how to cover it up. I don't edit out my mistakes, folks. There you see me, warts and all. So that was using the Old Olive and just stamping off and putting it in the middle, and now we're going to use the Early Espresso to do the bits in the middle. And what we're going to do, sorry, this stamp here is this one here, that's the middle of the flower. These are the two leaves we've used, and this with the two-step stamping. Now we're going to use these little dots here. There's a group of like 5 little dots, and we're going to use them with the Early Espresso. Stamps are in front of me. No, Sarah. Open your eyes. Yeah. So we're going to use the little dots, and I'm using my itty bitty inch block for that. You will use the ink block of your choice. Right, so Early Espresso, little dots, and we're just gonna pop those in the middle of the flowers like little seeds. I don't really think I need to do these ones, but just in case. And then I'm going to randomly stamp little seeds everywhere. There we go. There. So that's that done. Dun dun dun. Right. Clean our stamp. I still haven't found my stamp scrub. I still have quite a few boxes of craft stuff packed from when we moved, so I'll have to go through it all to see if I can find it. Now the sentiment we're going to use is I am thankful for you here. I mean, this has got lovely, your kindness means so much. Is that blurred? Sorry. Come on. Your kindness means so much more than you will ever know. Isn't that lovely? But we're going to use that one. I'm thankful for you. While it's in focus, I'll just give you a quick look. That one says, gather together and give thanks. You know? So I'll give you a quick look. There's a lovely little acorn there. So now's the time. We will be using the Early Espresso ink. So now's the time to pull off your piece of tape, masking tape, washi tape, whatever you've used, and do it gently, like so. There we go, and I'm going to bring you down so you can have a good look. Not that one. There you go. That's that card there, see? Isn't that pretty? turn that over so you know. So you can see it's given it a real definition there now, which is where we're going to stamp our sentiment. I love this masking technique, and I'm so pleased when I went to the Poodles retreat that actual fact it was nice that you know, I got to be reminded of this technique, and I have used it before, but I haven't used it in such a long time, so it was really lovely, you know, to be reminded of it. Oh, in one of the... So I'm thankful for you. Now this gap on mine, which is, if you want to, I will say, if you can't do it with washi tape and everything, this gap here, and you want to copy, is 3/4 of an inch. You need a gap for this stamp of at least 3/4 of an inch. So you know. There you go. And then I'm going to use the little acorn here, and I'm going to stamp that. And I'm going to try, because I haven't done this before, I'm going to try and be a little bit clever. Now when I try and be a little bit clever, it doesn't always work. So let's try and be clever. And I'm going to use the little block again, and I'm going to use the bottom part of the acorn, which the bottom part of the acorn is this bit here, and that's obviously the top. That's normally a browny colour, and the bottom bit could be a browny greeny colour. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my old olive back. Where did I put it? Where's my old olive gone? Where have I put it? There you go. So I'm going to try and be a little bit clever, and I'm going to literally use the early espresso, but I'm going to stamp, and then stamp like that. And then I'm going to go in with some old olive, and I'm going to stamp over the top. So you get a little bit of green in there as well. Can you see that? You can see that. So then let's clean that off. Then you're going to put the top on, and I'm just going to go in with the early espresso. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to just top it off. Like so. And just, come on, there you go. So that's your I did get and just noticed I've got a little tiny bit of ink there, but you know, no one's going to notice except for someone like me. People that make stamps, people that receive them, love them, so they don't go in, oh, and pick out all your faults. So if you make tiny little ones, don't worry folks, it doesn't matter. Now we're going to bring back our card base, and we're going to bring in some dimensionals. There we go. And we're gonna, yes, I know I've got to put those away. I'm really sorry, this autofocus is going in and out, it's playing with me today. It's a bit like how I feel after having my tooth yanked from my head, which was a bit of an ordeal because she had trouble removing it. So hence to say it is a little bit sore. But she was very apologetic, and I'm I'm all right. I've survived. Now, this is where you check to make sure you get your card base up the right way. And believe me, do check, because I have done this so many times where I've done it wrong and got it up the wrong way. So, no, I only wanted to pull the top off, Sarah. Don't pull the whole blooming dimensional back off the back of the card. Oh, golly. Oh, I'm running a bit late. I've just gone over the 30 minutes. If you're still with me, thanks very much. Whoa. There we go. And then we're going to pop that on there. Like so. And there you have your lovely card. And if you've shopped with me in the last well, since I've been a demonstrator, to be honest, since June, and if you've shopped with me since then, you will be receiving one of these lovely cards with your autumn winter catalogue. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you liked the card. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to click to subscribe. I'm nearly at 1,000 subbies, and when I hit 1,000 I'll be doing a big giveaway. So please, if share my videos on your pages, and let's get this to 1,000 subbies so that I can do my giveaway. And yes, thank you very much. If you'd like an autumn winter catalogue, then please send me a message. You can message me on here. You can message me on Facebook, my Facebook group. I'll leave a link to my Facebook group in the description box down there below, and I'll leave a link to my store down below as well, if you'd like to go and have a look and browse and shop before your annual catalogue gets to you. You cannot shop from the annual catalogue until September the 1st. I'm just doing these videos, a head start on them, so that you can have a good idea when you get your goodies of what to do with them. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you like the cards, and have a wonderful, happy, scrappy day. Bye for now. Bye.